All right, let's talk about Marco Cucurella because it's a here we go for Marco Cucurella to Real Madrid. Now, Chelsea and Real Madrid have agreed on a fee around 60 million euros for Marco Cucurella to join Real Madrid. And I have seen some Chelsea fans, saying that Cucurella said he's not leaving again. He has spoken to the Chelsea coach, the Chelsea new coach, Xavi Alonso, that he is not, probably will not leave, and that he wants to focus on, you know, on the World Cup. So most of the Chelsea fans were feeling like, okay, Cucurella probably will not leave again. Now, for me, I'm not even surprised that Cucurella finally have left Chelsea or leave Chelsea, because we shouldn't forget that he has been talking. He has been saying he will probably leave. And we know that there's interest from the Spanish club, like especially Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Now, for me, I'm really surprised that Real Madrid have they are the one that signed him, because there were no rumor. This deal just, from nowhere. This news just came out from nowhere. Real Madrid are signing Marco Cucurella. Now, for the Chelsea fans that are not happy that after what he said, that he's not leaving again, that the project is interesting in terms of what Xavi Alonso have told him. We shouldn't forget that, listen, Chelsea are not in the best position now to probably hold some of their best players. Obviously, Chelsea are a big club, but any player that wants to leave, I don't think they're in the best position to hold that player. And for Marco Cucurella, he's from Spain. He's a Spanish player. And we know that if Real Madrid, there are some players that if Real Madrid comes for them, sometimes it is difficult to hold those players not to go. These Spanish players, if they are playing for any club in the Premier League, even if it's the big teams in the Premier League, if Real Madrid or Barcelona comes for them and are ready to pay the money, sometimes it's difficult, for those players not to leave. Sometimes it's difficult. And also, it's the same thing with the Brazilian players. You see these South American players from Brazil, from Argentina. If Barcelona or Real Madrid comes for them, sometimes it's difficult. We shouldn't forget that Barcelona were interested in Joao Pedro. But I feel like the reason why Joao Pedro probably will not happen, because Chelsea just signed him. If maybe Joao Pedro have stayed at Chelsea for say 3 or 4 seasons, maybe Barcelona probably could have signed him. So I feel like the reason why Joao Pedro is not kind of trying to force him his way out from Chelsea is because he just signed, for Chelsea. Like, he just played 1 season for Chelsea. I also think that he probably, if Chelsea were willing to let him go, he will go to Barcelona. So it's quite unfortunate that Chelsea are not in the best position to hold some of their best players. It's quite unfortunate that they are not in the best position to hold some of their best players, especially these ones that are looking at Real Madrid, looking at Barcelona, players like Enzo Fernandez as well. Rumors is saying that not even rumor, there's proof that he even liked the here we go for Marco Cucurella to Real Madrid. That's to tell you that he himself wants to join Real Madrid. But on Marco Cucurella, yes, I'm not surprised that he has, this deal is happening. Real Madrid just came out from nowhere to make this deal happen. And for Real Madrid, these are the kind of players that Jose Mourinho likes to sign. Mourinho likes to sign those kind of players that are strong, that can defend. We shouldn't forget that he has made some couple of signings already, Real Madrid, when they signed Konate from free transfer from Liverpool. Konate is strong, big. Those are the kind of defenders he likes. And Cucurella is like that. He's that kind of defender that can defend, that have the strength, to defend 1v1. John Freeze from Inter Milan as well, they signed. Those kind of, powerful players, those are the kind of players that Jose Mourinho likes. So it's clear that this Cucurella signing is Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is the one that pushed for this signing. Obviously, like I said, it was Barcelona that were looking at him, Atletico Madrid that were looking at him, but I feel like Jose Mourinho wanted the player, and then Real Madrid just made it happen, immediately. So yeah, for Chelsea now, it will be interesting to see who will be the player that Chelsea will use to replace Marco Cucurella, because there's talks already. There's reports saying Chelsea are as well looking at his replacement. So it will be interesting to see who Chelsea will buy to replace Marco Cucurella, because Cucurella is a top player. I feel like he's one of the leaders in the Chelsea team. In the dressing room, he's one of the leaders, and he's a top player. For me, he's one of the best, left back in the world. He's one of the best left back now in the world. So for a club like Real Madrid to come get him, that's to tell you how good he is as a player. That's to tell you how good he is as a player. But for Chelsea fans that are saying that are probably disappointed, yes, you will be disappointed because he is a very good player. But what we should be looking at is the ownership, the coach, for them to get a proper replacement for him. And also, the good thing is Chelsea have a very good coach that will probably make a good decision alongside the ownership and the sporting directors to get a proper replacement for him. They have to get, a solid player to replace Cucurella as the next left back, for Chelsea. So yeah, it's quite unfortunate that Chelsea are not in the best position to keep their best players. Cucurella probably want to play in the Champions League, and also he's a Spanish player. So if Real Madrid or Barcelona is coming for any player that is from Spain, sometimes it's difficult not, for those players not to leave. Sometimes it's difficult. And I swear Chelsea again are not even, in the best position. They're not even in the Champions League. They're not competing now for league titles. It will be interesting to see in the next couple of years if with Javi Alonso, if with this ownership, if they can make things right, you know, if Chelsea will be in that position again where they'll be competing for titles. And for these Chelsea owners, if they don't want these kind of things to keep on happening, because Chelsea have a couple of players that Real Madrid or even Barcelona will be looking at in the next, few seasons, next couple of years, like 3 or 4 years to come, like Estavo Williams. He is that kind of player that Real Madrid or Barcelona will be looking at because I feel like in the next 2, 3, 4 years to come, I feel like Estavo Williams will be one of the best players in the world for me. I think he's that good. So if Chelsea don't want this ownership, if they don't want Real Madrid to come again for a player like Estavo Williams, they have to make sure they do the right thing, get the best players for the coach, for Javi Alonso, and for Chelsea to compete. And if Chelsea are competing, winning league, winning Champions League, probably players like Estavo Williams will want to stay, even if it might still be difficult because of it is Real Madrid, it is Barcelona. Like I said, these South American players, Brazil and Argentina, they like these two clubs. They love these two clubs. So, but if Chelsea are doing well, probably the player might decide not to leave because he knows that they are giving him what he wants. So your thought, your opinion on Cucurella going to Real Madrid. What's your thought? What's your opinion? You let me know.